to be honest, I do believe you were just not wanting to comply. Dylan, you the same. So like, what's happening with this? This is like an everyday thing, and it's just becoming too
No,
much.
no, 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 no. You see, Marcelo and Marcus were speaking to an admin about the fact of LT Stevens and then someone else. So Roses come out. He did not get the full thing of it. And he went, I've been asked to come out and clear F1. So Marcelo said, can I speak with admin? And at this point, I've been waiting 10, 15 minutes for Betty, and Betty can vouch for me for that. He went, oh, okay, okay, Dylan, no worries. So it runs back inside. He says, oh, I'll go talk with them too. So why is the need for my name to be brought into it? I want to bring him up with his attitude. His attitude was disgusting earlier.
Yeah, ma'am. We was literally talking to admin, just clarifying something up because I spoke to an admin earlier, which I'm waiting for Ma'am Betty to become available for. But I
So
was
I'm
talking to
sorry, but if you're bringing me and Marcelo up, can you bring him up as well? Because his attitude was disgusting.
his attitude. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I'm not agreeing with his attitude, how he spoke to us down there, ma'am. I have got it on record.
Same. So if he wants a ticket getting sent in against him, he can't because he's disrespecting an officer and he's
And it's
shouting
abuse
at
of
us for no
power as
reason.
well. What I've noticed yesterday. Yes, I will, ma'am. But we
I
wasn't
will, but
disobeying an order. I
go on.
wasn't. We wasn't disobeying an order, ma'am. We went on patrols after I finished talking to admin. As you saw in Flobby, I brought one arrest back from VM, just not complying. So we didn't disobey an order. He just didn't give us a chance to actually say what we was doing, ma'am. Like I tried standing there saying, "Look, I'm talking to admin for a second. I'm not disobeying you. I'm doing the patrol as soon as I finish with admin." So as soon as I finished with admin, I went and done my patrol, ma'am.
I got Betty on the way because this is actually a joke. Because as soon as I said, "Can you speak to Roses?" Mum was speaking to him, so I don't know why he's asked me if he was speaking to Betty. I don't know why he's told me to, or told you lot about me when I didn't do nothing wrong. So I'll send my lot in. I don't care. I'll send a lot in.
I will.
It's not. It's
I'll
not.
get mine done
It's not
now.
even just
Okay.
like it's today though. It's every other day or every 3 days. He's always constantly nagging, and it's like he wants his dominance to be known. When at the end of the day, Mum Better's she's the dominant one in this place. I'll send a lot. I don't care. Let me go clip it. Can you give me a time zone or no? It was like the last half hour, innit?
We wouldn't know, obviously, because we weren't there. We've not received any body cam yet, you see. So
Yeah, but from when
we don't
he
even know when it's
messaged
from.
you lot, to bring us up.
It was within the last half hour, wasn't it?
And that's what I'm trying to ask. So within the last half hour, yeah, I'll go look. Give me a minute. I'll go clip it, put it on YouTube. I'll send a lot over because I ain't having it. Big Roses is offline. Someone tell Caden. Around 12, so genuinely 28 minutes ago. 1 o'clock IRL, yeah. Sweet. Thank you.
Hello. Right, David, I saw ZDI down there. Yeah, he's trying to complain, saying it's because this is a party and stuff. And it's like, well, if that's it, then why are you walking around with your mic, holding your mic down so we can all hear the music? It's not like he's trying to speak and the music's in the background. Perfect. From Stevens stuff, yeah?
No, for against Roses.
Oh, right, okay.
The thing of it is, right, when I'm just going to use Marcelo as an example. Roses asked him to go out on patrol with other officers this morning. He said, keep away from HP. So everyone went out and Marcelo stayed there, which, in my opinion, is not following an order. So I said, no, you need to go out, but everyone's even. That doesn't matter. Make it a free. Go out and support the officers. You know what's just happened? Go out and do your job, basically. And he said, oh, I'm just going to sit this one out. You know, I can just go out on my own. I was like, no, because the order's been given. You need to pair up with people just for the moment until the dust settles. So you just need to be out there supporting your officers. I'm just going to sit this one out. So I was like, well, that's not really
Why
an
does he
option.
think he has the choice?
I think everyone
The
needs
thing of
to
it is,
understand. There's a chain of commands, and it's this all of this conversation, all of this. It's Roses today, but it could be any of us, and they just do
Yeah.
whatever they want, whenever they want, and they don't take accountability for that. The fact they were saying, oh, because Betty is the one that runs this place. No, it doesn't work like that. There's a chain of
It's
command.
leadership.
If a higher up tells you to do something, you do something. Point blank. Period. Like you would in IRL. It's simple as that,
Yeah.
and it's starting to piss me off.
I'm FG, guys, but not every order comes from me. Could you imagine how busy I would be if every single order had to come from me and be vetoed or whatever through me? That's ridiculous. I'd have no reason to have DFGs, 11s, and stuff, would I? No reason for them. People need to. Aria's right. There's a chain of command. If a suit is telling you, and I don't really care what level of suit it is, if a suit is telling somebody in a SWAT uniform or a boot camp uniform to go out and do a patrol or go out and protect an area or something, you do it. Now, I've known officers who don't agree. And what they've done instead, rather than argue and say, no, we're arguing, oh, what do this? What they'll do is they'll just get in the car and they'll just drive to round the corner. I've caught people doing it. So I don't get the argument. There really don't need to be one. I ain't saying they
I've
should
done
do
that
that, but
myself.
I'm just saying, yeah,
I've done
I
that
don't get what
myself.
the
I was
argument's for.
told, literally by J Dog. I can remember it. I was rank 4. I just completed my M4 test, and I was waiting. No, I'd done my M4 training when I was waiting for my M4 test, and at the time it was Miss Revenge. She said, "I'll give me 10 minutes and I'll be back on." So I was just going to hang around for 10 minutes to do my M4 test, and then J Dog comes along and said, "Go out on patrol." I was like, "Oh, but I've got go on your patrol." And I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So I jumped in my little Crown Victoria, and I just parked around the corner, literally parked around the corner, and came back in 10 minutes as soon as I see Miss Revenge back online, because I thought I'm not going to win this argument because obviously I can't remember if it was a rank 8 or rank 9 back then, and I just thought instead of the argument, because you know what J Dog's like, and his voice just grates on you after a while, I thought just fucking leave the
Yeah.
station and come back in a minute. He thinks I'm doing what he's told me to do, and I can just sit around the corner and just wait in a car. It's no difference really.
Yeah.
You're right, guys.
And I've known people have done that. Hello, but you am right on that. It saves any argument. They think you've gone and done what you've done. You're at the station, you're being seen, and you
It's
ain't
just
no.
taking
Get
a
off.
higher ground, isn't it? That's what it is. It's being diplomatic, but not being what's the word if you don't follow an order? It's not being insubordinate. It is,
Insubordinate.
I've gone out of the station like he's asked. I'm not going to go on patrol because I've got to be back in 10 minutes. As soon as I get anywhere, I'm going to be called back.
And you don't want to be later for when she comes on because then somebody else is going to grab her. And that's the thought
No,
process
because
you
Miss
need to
Revenge
go
will
around.
bloody shoot me and punish me for not being there when she's told me to be. Because she's quite harsh, if we're honest.
Oh, no, she
Marshall,
won't. I had to tell her.
I am going to review what you sent me, but the fact is that even earlier on, when you were told to go out of the station and do your duties, you said you wouldn't because Big Roses had said, what did he say? That you couldn't go to HB or something?
Wait, what?
Can't actually remember what it was. I wasn't the one that received that information. The point is, your duties are not only to HP, it's to the whole faction.
No, wait, I'm so confused. I only asked why we couldn't go to HB. That was all. I didn't. Wait, what?
Right, okay.
There's
I'm
not
going
a problem.
No, this is getting all confusing now, ma'am.
Yeah,
I
I
will
think we
get
need a
more
body
details
cam
on
for
that.
that one. Yeah, because Marcella does seem to have a clue. So let's have a look at the body cam for that one and then get back to you.
So I think I was down there. I can forward my body cam. But you know when we were saying everyone has to go 2s or 3s as a minimum?
Yeah,
we all
which
need
I
to
agreed though, and we
do.
was all doing that.
But then you did say you were going to sit this one out, and you said that you know I can do it on my own. And I said, but the order has been given for 2s and 3s.
Yeah, then I ended up going out front because it was a shootout, which PD needed backup.
But this is the point that everyone is failing to understand. You do not choose when you want to go or how you want to do it. You follow a direct order, and that's simple as that. There's a chain of command, and we follow it. This is police station. IRL, you wouldn't have so many chances. I'm speaking about you, but I'm talking in general because today it happened to you, it happened to Dylan, but it's just an overall statement. IRL, if someone tells you to do something in PD, you do it. You don't question it. You don't delay it. You don't do it when you want to do it.
No,
Do
but
you
yeah, I get that.
understand?
I get that, mum. But all I was stating downstairs is I was just asking why or what was going on at HP, because obviously I thought I'm being part of HP security. I should have a reason to know what's going on at the same time for why we wasn't allowed. Do you know what I mean?
And what did we say? What did we say? We said we'll explain everything
Yeah,
later.
which that's okay.
Going to sort things out. We are trying to handle everything, and we are being bombarded with questions that we cannot answer at the moment. So the good thing to do in the meantime is just follow instructions, and whenever the time comes, you'll hear about what's happened, and you'll receive any information you need to receive.
That's why I did state after that sentence was finished, ma'am. I did state that no problem, that's fine. When Big Roses
So
said that, ma'am.
I'll give you an example. I've put NRP up. So I actually was a police officer when I was 21 years old, and I was in Norfolk, which is where I'm originally from. So I was on duty as a probationary police officer, and a sergeant, just a sergeant, so the next level up from a PC. So that'd be like a rank 3 telling a rank 2. They were deploying everybody for where they needed to be for that particular duty. And one officer was like, "No, I ain't doing domestic cars again. I was on that. I've been on it all week. I'm not doing it." And the sergeant went in front of the whole parade room, 30 police officers. "You will do it. That's what your allocated duty is today." And the officer went, "No, I'm not comfortable. I was doing it all last week. It's not really very fair. I want to do something different." He was sent home. He was suspended there on the spot. Later on, he actually lost his job. He didn't get a rep. He didn't get a warning. It was a straight up disciplinary insubordination. I know it's slightly different on here. We've got different rules, but just relating it to IRL so people understand. It was a sergeant. It wasn't an inspector, a chief inspector, or the commissioner of police. Because you have to think in this setting, Betty is the commissioner. Then you've got deputy commissioners. You've got, all of the superintendents, chief constable, all of it. There is a chain of command. Like say I'm a PC, so I'm a rank 1. I wouldn't dream in IRL driving up to the police blimmin headquarters and saying, "Hi, I want to speak to the commissioner. So I made an arrest and da 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 da." The commissioner's going to be, "Get the fuck out of my office, go see your sergeant and stop wasting my time," because it's slightly different here because we're all in the same building. Okay, we don't have an open door policy here in PD, or we shouldn't do, because Betty is the chief of police basically in this setting, yeah. And so rank 9s are like your station commanders, if you like, or your superintendents, because if you convert the ranks between IRL and this, that is what they are. They are the top. As soon as you come out of the normal police uniform and you start getting different things on your epaulets, that represents the chain of command. They would then take it to that area commander, the area commander, to all of that. But here, you get rank 0s walking up to the commissioner of police. "Hi, mum, I'm ready for my rank up. I've done my blue light course." Do you think the commissioner in real life would give 2 fucks if you've passed a blue light course? They probably don't even know your name or where you're from. They're not interested. And that's what we're trying to say here. The chain of command must be followed at all times. It's an RP game. We all know that. But with that comes rules, and it's just, I think, so the rank 9s, rank 10s, and rank 11s and rank 12s kind of get bypassed for something that we can do to free up Betty's time. She gets so busy with all the other shit that people bring to her, and she can't actually sometimes get the opportunity to do the things that she might like to do. She can't barely complete her events, for example, because as soon as she logs on, she's on the menu page, she's already getting DMs. "Can I speak to you, Betty? Can I speak to you, Betty?" Speak to a rank 9. If the rank 9 can't help you, they will refer you to a rank 10. That's how it should be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But
I
if
completely
it's given,
understand that's
it must be followed. A rank 3 could technically say to a rank 2, "Can you please do this for me?" They can't maybe give a direct order as like a general, but the rank 2 should respect the rank 3's experience because they've already gone through what the rank 2 would have gone through. But yeah,
to be quite
exactly.
fair, can
They're
I
a
be
higher
honest on
rank.
that?
Yeah, go on.
I think everyone needs to respect each other no matter what. Like, I wasn't. I'm not disobeying any orders. I'm doing my stuff. Yeah. At the same time, I was making. Hold on, let me put an RP. At the time, I was making a smoke and on DC. Man, Betty, which I messaged you at that point. I needed to talk to you at the same time because I spoke to an admin at a corner of a garage, and I'm going to
You
explain
did, yeah.
something to you.
Yeah, I did say
In a
to me
minute.
because I'm dealing with we were talking about Stephen's stuff while we were trying to get caught up on that one.
Yeah, you was really busy talking to us, sorting that out, so I was waiting. Then I spoke to her because I was talking to an admin at the same time. Because of what? Yeah, there's
Did
too
you
many
tell
of it.
anyone you were on DC though?
No, I didn't, sir. To be quite honest, and that's my fault. I should have said.
So that, yeah, because communication goes a long way. If I come down, I mean, when we see Betty standing there, yeah, and she goes a bit quiet, we automatically assume that she's on DC because 99.9% of the time, that's what she's doing. She's probably on
always
DC.
on
She's not
DC.
talking to us now. But what I'm saying is, if there's just a regular officer, so SWAT right down to boot camp, just standing there, you don't really have as much reason to be on DC. Your duties don't really require you to do too much. on
No,
DC.
yeah, but obviously, sir, as I did explain, Betty does know about this. I do own something else outside of this game, which that's on my DC, the same DC I use for this game.
Yeah, but obviously, if you don't tell us, we don't know. We'll just think you're standing there trying to get out of doing police work like everybody else. You know, if you
Yeah,
just
tell
say I'm on
everybody else
DC,
if you. Yeah, tell everybody else that you're on DC and stuff like that, so they'll understand.
No worries. I will start saying that from now on a little bit more then, just to help. But I wasn't trying to disobey Roses. I swear to you, I was trying to talk to Redcoat about something, because when I spoke to an admin earlier inside of a garage, I was just trying to get more. And when I said I'll message him on DC, that's what I was going to do as well. And as soon as I left, I did go on patrol, sir. Me and Todd went out together, and we
I
got
think
one
what the
arrest.
problem was. So when I mean, I
I'm
was there when
sorry,
Rosa
I'm
said,
sorry. Give me just 1 minute, Hunter. I'm sorry. So at the beginning of this conversation, I called you guys to talk about the fact that you're not following the the directions that you were being given, and you both stood there saying that Roses was having a disgusting behavior, right? These were your words, not mine,
Yeah,
not
it's because
anyone
of
else.
how he was speaking to us,
Do not
sir.
interrupt me,
So,
please.
ma'am.
Do not interrupt me, please. I have now watched the body cam evidence, and the only thing that I see Roses doing is asking you to go carry on with your patrols. You spoke over Roses. Dylan, you also spoken over Roses. How was he
No, I
even left
didn't.
the scene and he left the scene and he said, okay, I'm going to go talk to them. How was he having a disgusting behavior? I'm going to forward it to the leads chat now.
You're
I
telling me
think
that
this is what Mrs. is referring.
raising voices ain't like it's non-professional. No, that's non-professional.
So if
also like
wait there, Hunter. If I've had to repeat myself more than 5 times, I can raise my voice a bit louder if I have to.
And you didn't ask me anything. You come out. I didn't hear you say you wanted to go on patrol. I just logged
And
on the
then
game and I was messaging Betty.
for you to ignore me as well and then go, I'm waiting for Betty. If you're waiting for Betty, you'll be in the building waiting for
I
Betty.
didn't ignore you. I come back in the building. I followed you straight away. I just ran LT Stevens off down to downtown
over me again.
because I was doing my police work, and you're trying to assume.
I'll
I'm
finish
sorry,
my
but
conversation with you. You just talk over me.
check my body
Was
cam.
it you
I
and
just ran
Marcelo?
LT down to downtown.
Was it you and Marcelo who went to downtown? Because I remember seeing something in the lobby about
Yeah,
Stephen.
I ran him
we
down to
chased after
downtown.
LT Stevens to chase him
Yeah,
away.
'cause I think I said.
And
Yeah, 'cause I think I said.
when I come back to floor 1 car park, that's when Redcoat, Roses, Marcelo, and Marcus were stood there talking, which I stood on the wall to listen.
My body cam is uploading, by the way.
And
Just bear with it. I'm going to start it from when I first left PD building out to the front.
I mean, can I be honest? I agree with all the chain of command and stuff like that. I don't want to talk for too long, so I do agree with all of that. I do agree with like what me and Hunter was talking about, with J Dog and you go out and do it and all that jazz. Um, I think today's been a really stressful day so far. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I have not been part of what happened this morning. I've only had the side of it on DC. And from when I've come on, a lot of people wanting to speak to me, and that's a lot. So I can imagine everybody else in this room is quite, uh, you know, a bit. I don't know the best word. It's been a stressful morning for you all, and if I'm feeling it and I weren't even part of it, you guys must all be feeling it.
Yeah, mum,
So
it has been stressful today because it's been confusing with LT Stevens. I can't lie. You know, before I even went on duty today, I was generally with him before I came about. And this is what confused me massively of how it turned from something being nice to him shooting everyone, and me and another officer got shot at by, which me and Marcus got shot at by him, but we killed him.
The thing of it is, we were trying to explain all of this. We brought you all back in for your safety to start with. We then communicated in Flobby. We come down and give you a briefing. We sent you out in twos.
Yes.
That's when everything was trying. We were still kind of letting the dust settle and trying to sort things out. So you have to remember, we had all this information coming in. You think you guys were confused? We were probably 20 times more confused and trying to pick through the pieces and decide what the action was that needed to be taken and how we could sort it out really, really quickly. So when orders were given, it was literally to protect you, keep you guys in the loop as best as we could. Every time we had a bit of information, we were updating you. We then said you can now go on patrols, and I put loads of Flobby messages myself saying, stick with twos, make sure your body cam's on, don't do this, do this. If you see LT Stevens and he's breaking the rules, arrest him or use /help. I put all of that information out. So the confusion shouldn't have happened because everything was literally communicated to everybody at the same time through Flobby. Now, putting aside the fact that people are friends and have relationships that have been kind of put in place whilst working alongside each other, which is natural. As soon as somebody crosses that line, okay, and make direct threats at PD, is dismissed and then actually starts carrying out them threats, ramming police vehicles, shooting at police officers, joining gangs, bringing gang members to our place, which is PD. That's when there's no confusion. LT Stevens is pretty much now, if you want, a fugitive. He's an enemy of the state, he's an enemy of the PD because of his own actions. So, friendships, the line has been crossed. When you are on duty as a police officer, as I've said, we do not want to see you standing next to him and endorsing
Uh,
his behavior. I'm
so
not
can I
saying
just
that you have.
clarify something? Yeah, so that was way before all this started.
I know,
Obviously,
I know.
when
That's what
after
I'm
that
saying,
meeting with
Marcelo.
you guys down on floor 0, then I changed against him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, as the commands were given, we were saying LT Stevens is one to be watched. Keep your cameras on. This is all to protect you guys. We were saying if you are standing out the front of PD and he does something wrong, then you are to be arresting him because friendship aside, he is still breaking the law. This went wrong with MK. As soon as MK left, he went out, and we've lived through this before, and we'll probably live through it again when people leave and are pissed off. So we have each other's backs, and we are looking out for each other. So he is gone. The problem, the PD side in house has now changed. He's no longer a part of PD. So our problem now is dealing with him when he breaks the rules. We don't want officers to get reps for not arresting him if he breaks the rules, because then people will not be carrying out their duties basically.
I
it's
agree.
ridiculous.
I agree. I agree. This is what I'm saying. So I did state to all officers it was on floor 1 as well. If he comes back and starts griefing, just use your dispersal macro because that is in place at the same time, and he is griefing this area. So just taser him out of the car and arrest him.
But just one more thing, and then I'm finished. So if an order is given, for example, I'm just going to use you as an example, Masala, because it's
Okay,
just sticks in my mind. When
of
Rosa said,
course.
keep clear of HP for now, and you were then asking for an explanation, lower ranks should not be questioning an order. They just carry it out. It's on one of the interview questions and it's on the terms of service. How do you respond if a higher up gives you a direct order? So you do the
You
order
comply
and you
to
don't
it.
question it.
But
Exactly. So that's what we
but
need to
as I said,
start
I thought
seeing.
a
We
bit
don't
different,
ask for
but yeah, that's
reasons.
fine.
we don't need to question it. You know, it's on the terms of service as well. So that just alleviates any hard feeling, because if I'm telling you something because something's just happened, I've got a good reason to ask you to do that. It's not that I'm trying to be difficult or, you know, stop you from doing something you want to do. It was a temporary measure. So you understand we're getting bombarded with all this information. We're just quickly trying to cut out. So, you know, don't get the HP because it's like a shitstorm there anyway. We just need to reassess what we're doing, and then everything was kind of lifted. You can go out on patrols in twos, but you didn't want to do that as well, if that makes sense. And the reason was because everyone was even numbers, but we said go out in twos and threes. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not picking on you, by the way, but it's the latest thing that I could remember. So what you should have done is, yeah, no worries, jumped in a car and gone out on patrol, and then come back later when, you know, everything's settled, and then you can go to HP, get a VM, go where you want.
Yeah, no, it's fair. As like I said, fair enough, sir. Yeah,
Honestly, one day when you're standing in this seat, you will completely understand why it feels like we're moaning at you sometimes. Because when something happens, we don't just have one officer come and tell us. We have about 20 officers try to tell us the same thing, but it's slightly different. We get tons of body cam that we've then got to pick through and decide, you know, the version of the story that actually is the most accurate. Um, you know, and that's why we were just saying, give us a break, go do your patrols, let us get back to you. But we just didn't get that opportunity because people weren't following orders, questioning orders. Obviously, LT Stevens ordered his rampage, so we were just trying to sort things out.
yeah, no, that's fair enough.
I really hope you understand that. Like, we're not trying to stop people doing stuff. We're literally just trying to do what we need to do whilst keeping you lot safe and rep free and not getting in trouble by state.
Yeah, no, I completely understand now fully. But as I said,
I mean,
with this, go on, Dylan.
instead of standing here, can we go to this backup call quick outside because he's now shooting?
Yeah, it's been yeah, that's the problem. See, if you can, that's what I said. If they're going to be outside, they need to be arresting. You go, you arrest, you bring them
Yeah,
in.
I'm going.
This is what I mean.
No
Boom,
chilling.
boom.
This is what I
Let's
mean,
go.
man. This is partially why we was out of front as well, because he was causing mayhem, and it would have been seen on body cam footage.
Highland.
Was backup call was requested outside. Hold on.
We say this every time there's issues outside PD, every time there's ex-officers. Do not hang outside PD. We have a massive, massive city with criminals to catch. A massive
No,
one.
I completely understand that, man. But when I saw a backup call outside, I attended to that.
That's fine. Attend to the backup, deal with it. Shoot people who's shooting you, arrest people that you can arrest, and then clear the area. Once the scene is cleared from the front of PD, there's no reason to be hanging around outside waiting for it to restart, because we all know once these people respawn in HP or whatever, or they come out of prison, they're going to be straight back out the front trying to do exactly the same again. It's a fun zone. Betty has said this a million times. Don't give them the fun. Deal with the incident. Once the incident is over, retreat and continue on your normal, regular police duties.
Yeah, and
Don't
yeah,
even give them any extra, like, give them the basic of basic RP as well. Like, we're doing the RP as we're being police officers and stuff like that. But don't even give them all the flair and stuff that we would give some people. Make it very basic for them. They get bored.
yeah, no, I understand that, man. But Big Roses, can I clarify something up with you, sir, if that's okay?
Yeah, I do think there's something you need to say to Big Roses, and I am really disappointed. It's, you know, you and Dylan stood here saying how disgusting his behavior was, and like when I get the body cam, both me and Mrs. P saw it, and he was just doing his job in a polite manner, in a really polite manner. If we know Roses, it was in a really polite manner.
To me, it sounded a bit different, to be quite fair, ma'am. But yeah, no.
Can I be honest with
Big
you,
Roses,
Marcelo?
of course, ma'am.
And I've said this to Roses. I've made no secret of it with him, bless him. he has a tone to his voice that he can't help. He was born with that tone.
But he
Okay, I'm not
didn't.
saying he never gets
He
arsey.
did it in the body
Yeah,
cam that we see. He didn't.
yeah. This is what I'm getting onto. He gets some jib, sometimes when he's trying to give authority, and people take it as harsh because he's using his voice, and
I always use UK.
y- I'll be too soft. Listen to my soft,
Caden,
sweet
this
voice,
end,
Proper
please.
soft.
This end.
But then you
Yeah,
have
this
one
end.
officer who's got
Thank you.
a
Taking
manly
for urgent.
voice,
That's fine.
and some people take that as very harshly. Like Miss Ari just said, this video like that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of times people think that with Roses, but if you just listen to the words he's saying, he's not saying anything wrong, you know? And the tone people take funny when it's not being toneful. You- Oh, give me a minute, my brain ain't working. It's because I'm trying to watch and talk. Ignore me a second.
It's alright. I know
A
you're just trying to be
second.
nice for me. It's alright. We know.
So I have said to you before though, Roses, like you
Oh
take.
my god.
I,
Northeast Suit has just been banned for 21,000.
Oh well, that's what he
Good.
gets.
wow.
Finally.
And
That's not
I
really
live with somebody who's got a tone, He doesn't mean to do it half the time. And you'll say to him, why are you being funny? He'll be like, "Oh, I'm not. I just said this, And then you sit there afterwards and you're like, yeah, actually, he did just say that. Like, it's his fault. The voice he's got. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's not what this is. To be, that's
not
different.
that.
And I think,
I've come outside, right? I've asked for all of your attention. You even said yes, sir. You even said yes, sir. I've asked you all to go on your patrols around the city. You just stood there and
Yeah, I
ignored me.
heard you, sir, because I was letting
again.
everyone else speak first, sir, because I was waiting for
wasn't
red
finished
coat.
speaking. I wasn't finished speaking. And then I asked again. And then you just stood there, carried on. And I asked again. And then when Thingy finished off speaking with Redcoat, I said your name and you carried on speaking with Redcoat. So I asked you multiple times, more than 4 times I've asked you, and you ignored me and disobeyed my order.
But, sir, I was actually genuinely waiting to speak to red coat because it was a